shout out Jamar because he be putting all the stuff together real quick. He said recently, Mr. Beast, aka Jimmy, has found himself in some hot water due to his longtime friend Chris Tyson. Now, another video has been made about Mr. Beast that has people asking questions about Jimmy's entire operation.
So recently, the biggest YouTuber on the entire platform has been in some seriously hot water regarding one of his day one friends and founders of his brand, Chris. Obviously, that is an explosive situation that continues to develop and honestly gets worse for both Chris and Jimmy as more information comes to light. And like usual, when something like this occurs, you have many people outside of the original situation that come forward with their personal stories. So now
I heard there was a few people that were also trying to just sit there and put themselves out there with the information, like saying that, oh, they had all this like insider stuff about what all happened and all these different projects, some crazy stuff went off, but at the same time, those same people hadn't even been there to work for those particular projects, which I found to be interesting. But every dog has his day. Everybody wants a little bit of the pie.
Now you've had several former Mr. Beast employees speaking out, and now it seems like he has bigger problems than just the situation with Chris. I'm talking about allegedly faking videos, rigging giveaways, and even mind control, as now people are pretty much trying to out Mr. Beast as a deceitful fraud. But before we get into all of that, I did want to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Opera GX. Going through a breakup can always be hard, but felt motion from its closing of the tabs simple. It's really only help you. They show NC, importantly, gaming butter. So this latest Mr. Beast drama all started when a YouTuber named Dogpack dropped an absolute banger of a video. I worked for Mr. Beast, he's a fraud. The dude starts the video in the most straightforward way possible.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former Mr. Beast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud, okay? Thank you, enjoy the video.
And I gotta be honest with you guys.
Okay.
Diet iDubbbz did an amazing job with this expose video. He makes a ton of good points with his insider knowledge. And while some of the things he did say seem like a bit of a stretch to me, most of it does have some sort of merit, whether that be morally or even legally. Now in this video, one of the main things he talks about is the psychological aspect of Mr. Beast's relationship with his viewers, and how he manipulates this audience of mostly kids in several ways. From allegedly faking things in his content, using CGI and editing, and manipulating his competitions to make them more entertaining.
Okay, so Mr. Beast fabricates some contestant dialogue and timers and movements and storylines and uses a bunch of shitty CGI, but who really cares? I mean, the videos are just for entertainment only, right? I mean, it's not like he's ever rigged the results of a challenge. That would be impossible because he films with hundreds of random subscribers, right?
So he's claiming that multiple parts of Mr. Beast's productions are fabricated, and that these storylines to these videos are both scripted and manipulated by Jimmy and his production staff to drive engagement and keep his channel as brand friendly as possible.
When he reaches the bottom floor, he has to turn these water valves. Now you can tell that these valves aren't actually connected to anything because the water flows out in an instant, and it happens when he's not even touching the valve. The contestant also goes back to the first valve unaware that anything had happened, and he's still able to spin it. So the valve seems to spin freely and isn't actually connected to the flow of water. So you could assume that producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water. And assuming they've tested this, the producers might know how long it takes for the water to clear out of the room, so they could sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close.
And honestly, this did not surprise me in the slightest. After all, Jimmy is apparently spending hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars on each video, so I wouldn't be surprised when some of these outcomes are based on more than just a fair competition. And
Okay, can we be honest? Everybody's trying to glaze Mr. Beast right now, and honestly, he does a lot of positives. As long as he's not faking building the wells in Africa, and he's not faking that garbage cleanup that he allegedly did, right? If he's not faking anything real life that actually matters, like actual positive stuff, I don't see the problem. I mean, heck, most game shows aren't really that fair. People argue and question if the NFL or the NBA is rigged, if the champion, if there's a script, you know, the running theme in the NBA is that there's already a script out. We have the writers' dialogue. Everybody knows what's about to happen in these playoffs. Whoop-de whoop. That was the whole thing last year, and that's what's been developing. But is it crazy for him to fake content? I don't really think so. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit more, maybe.
And I guess I just don't really care about the videos not being 100% real because I don't really spend my time watching them. To me, everything Mr. Beast always does just feels like a second-rate version of a real competition show on Netflix or made by an actual production company. It's like when Shane Dawson was making those documentaries with Windows Movie Maker background music, and people were acting like he was fucking Scorsese. I never really understood it. But Dogpack does bring up the fact that rigging competitions like this, at least on television, is illegal. Production companies even hire outside people specifically to make sure everything they are doing in their various competitions is both ethical and legal. Though there does seem to be some gray area here whether these laws pertain to content online. Now, another aspect this guy likes to bring up when it comes to the deep psychological grip that Mr. Beast has on his fans is the fact that he had gained their trust by seeing visuals of him giving away money and cars and prizes over and over again. I swear every time this dude gives away a Tesla,
I just turned 26 years old, and to celebrate, I purchased 26 Teslas, one of which is a Tesla Cybertruck that I'm going to be giving away in this post right here.
I see a damn near 30-year-old man posting it on his story. Like, brother, go start a family. Really though, ever since this trend of giving away money for views has become popular, many people online have made careers and built a reputation as a stand-up person for making this.
This is a bad clip. There's so many more productive people in society that have done this. I'm not really mad at it. I understand, like, and that's one of those things. If you can get content out of it, like genuinely giving people money, and you want to give them money because they're, just good people, and you want to be that guy that provides them with those opportunities, I don't really see the issue with that. I understand recording it and posting it because, like, obviously you can get money out of that, and it can be a recycling kind of system. So the money that, from my understanding of the situation, the money that Mr. Beast and them get from the videos that they create goes right back into the business, and they recycle it basically. So the reason why the videos can have a certain extremely high budget sometimes is because the other videos had high retention, high view counts, all that sort of stuff. People enjoyed it. The ad dollars are hitting, all the other stuff. I mean, he got a meal at Zaxby's. So, I mean, like, the business is booming. And so if you're recycling those type of dollars into the channel, and it comes to, like, giveaways of cars, money, tools, gifts, whatever the case may be, I don't really see a problem with that. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's, because most people may not, some people just need the money. Some people just need the items. Some people just need that pick-me-up moment. And I'm not opposed to recording it for content as long as that person that you're putting on camera is okay with being recorded. Now, if you're just running up, the ones where they're running up on homeless people and, everybody trying to do that sort of thing, that's a little techie. That's a little bit techie. But outside of that, no, I don't see a problem.
His content. And one allegation he really tries to build against Mr. Beast here, and what I feel is the most damning in this whole video, is the idea that he's hosting these illegal lotteries.
I literally spent over $1 million on these phones, and we literally found him 1 minute before Zach. I spent over $1 million on these phones. All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button.
Samsung, I just want you to love me.
So yeah, that's what a call to action giveaway is. At best, they are a way to buy subscribers, but much of the time they are legitimate scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these live streams, they are illegal lotteries where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase. The FTC defines a lottery as containing 3 elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. To successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors. A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any Mr. Beast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money.
And that he has gamed the minds of these kids to essentially manipulate them in a very similar fashion as a casino does to thousands of suckers a day. He allegedly does this mainly through cutaways during his videos, where he says he's giving away things to people who subscribe.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day.
Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos.
Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
But it does seem like the most egregious example of this are his giveaway live streams, where he's constantly saying things like this.
In 10 minutes, right, because we got to give them time to do their cart, we'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3,000 in their order. In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. Newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
Somebody screamed in chat, I want to switch. Hey. Buy a shirt.
In 30 minutes, we are giving away my car to someone that buys merch.
He knows they make more money every time he says, oh my God, guys, we're giving away so much stuff. We're not even gonna make a profit. Please, don't you want me to make a profit?
Basically, it seems like Mr. Beast is
That's glazed. There's no reason to look at it that way. There's absolutely no reason to read it that way. No, Mr. Beast is not a bad guy, gang. No, not at all. So the one guy dropped an expose. I wanted to watch Jamari's breakdown because he also has like the extra information and stuff that wasn't in the video, and he also just adds extra context. Basically, the guy dropped a video trying to talk about how Mr. Beast is like a fraud, in the sense that he fakes his giveaways and he scripts like his videos and stuff like that. And as you saw by the part, I don't know if you just tapped in, but if you just saw the part where he was talking about the my brain just lagged out. I'm not gonna lie, chat. My brain just lagged all the way out. Oh, the giveaways, where basically people will buy a t-shirt or whatever and their name gets entered into the random lottery to win money or whatever. And because obviously he's such a massive channel, if every time he says it, people buy in, so he probably would make more money than he's actually spending or giving away, so to speak. Which is an interesting theory, and it holds water because he's literally the biggest channel on YouTube. If he was just a regular, 100,000 subscriber having individual, or even 1 million doing a giveaway thing like this, it wouldn't really hold water, because how are you giving away $2,000 every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, giving away a car, stuff like that, off of people just buying merch? You're not going to get into the positive that way. I still don't see the issue, because again, the only thing that will make me look at it differently is if you're saying the profits that he's getting, he's not putting back into the business, because Jimmy has outright said in multiple interviews that they make a lot of money from their videos, they make a lot of money from merch and stuff and brand deals and stuff like that. But he also says that the majority of the money goes right back into the business. He just reinvests. So if you could prove to me that he's not reinvesting and he's capping about that, I might feel away. But that's still not going to make me feel like he's a crazy person, because he has a very successful business. There's a lot of entrepreneurs that have been very successful in business, or people that have been really strong in investing, and they, they'll do stuff for tax write-offs. They'll give away stuff, or they'll claim a loss on something silly, just all stuff that's all over the place. And objectively, to me, that's a little bit on a larger scale. That's a little crazier, because you're doing it for your own gain to a much larger degree. Like, making extra money out of that is, as long as you're actually giving that money away. Now, if he's keeping that money, like he's saying, oh, you're going to win $2,000, and then he doesn't give the $2,000, okay, then I see where we're going with this. If it's a real person, because then you're playing with real people's emotions and real people's hearts at that point. But if you give away $2,000 and the giveaway portion, or the buy-in portion, has everybody put in $2,500, you made a $500 profit, I'm not beefing at all. Yo.
Is reckless with his process during these giveaways, and that there is simply not enough regulation in the system he has put in place to make sure it is truly fair, or possibly truly legal. On top of that, he hammers down on this point that he is manipulating kids to gain their trust and introduce them to spending money in hopes of reaping a greater reward, aka gambling.
Illegal lotteries targeted towards children and selling fake signatures. I mean, imagine if any other YouTuber was caught doing this.
He goes on to talk about the problem with...
Where does he say specifically children? he's not outright saying this thing. He's not outright doing that. If you want to say yes because the majority of his audience is children, children are the most effective, are the most affected, then that would be factually accurate, right? But you're not going to sit here and say he's not saying he only wants children in his giveaways. He only wants children watching his videos. That just happens to be the largest population of people that watch his videos, and subsequently the largest number of people that are going to be in giveaways and stuff like that. It's simple cause and effect, in my opinion.
With Mr. Beast chocolate company Feastables, and how it's instrumental in him continuing these questionable sweepstakes.
Look at it like this. There are two value propositions at play here. The perceived value of the product and the perceived value of the chance to win a prize. So for something like these $42 t-shirts, if the viewer...
$42 is kind of crazy though, I'm not gonna lie. Because, hold on, let me ask Siri. 2,000 divided by 42.
It's approximately 47.619.
So yeah, every 48 people that buy a t-shirt, they break even. That's good math. That's good math. I wish I could do that.
Values the chance to be in a video at $10, they need to value the t-shirt at an additional $32 to make the purchase. So the more expensive the product, the less effective the lottery is. You want to get the product as close to $0 as possible, so people are just paying for the perceived value of the lottery.
And starting February 17th, for 30 days straight, we are going to be giving away $10,000 to a lucky customer who scans the QR code on the back of any new Feastable bar. So go give the new bars a try, you might win 10 grand, and I can't wait to see what all of you think.
Now with all of this being said, I did just want to put it out there that Mr. Beast has done more for the world than almost anyone we've ever seen blow up on YouTube.
Thank you.
And it does seem like he is constantly trying to help people out. I mean, I'm not going to say that he seems like the most trustworthy person in the world to me,
Fair.
or that all his motives have always been good, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like he's some complete scumbag. And we
Exactly.
did actually get a response from one of the higher-up employees at Mr. Beast Productions. So this guy, Chucky, responds directly to that original video made by Dogpack. And so this is essentially his attempt to...
I quickly want to debunk some of the information in this video since the guy who made it was on my team. It was my decision to fire him for erratic behavior. He worked at the company for less than a month and wasn't an employee for most of the videos he mentions to have knowledge on. There's so much in his video, and I want to specifically address him saying our videos are fake or staged because this is not true, and I was on set for many of these videos. He's cooking.
To debunk some of this info from...
You won't get in a video unless you're family or friends with someone that works at Beast. That's kind of crazy. He's had too many contestants for that to hold water, in my opinion. This is a wild statement that can be easily proven wrong. There's probably hundreds or thousands of people who have no affiliation to friends/family of Beast employees. I think the 456 people in Squid Game or ages 0 to 100, etc. Jimmy doesn't know more than like a dozen people, LOL. The train track, he said the train track was CGI, the bus wheels are CGI, the pit is fake. He acts like he's exposing us for using CGI to make backgrounds look cool when we have done multiple public behind the scenes videos with So Crispy showing this. Okay. He acts like he's exposing us for using CGI to make backgrounds look cool when we do this. Oh, so yeah, they just abundantly just been outright showing it. It's clearly not a secret. On top of that, we did drive buses so that
the video, stating here that that guy was actually working specifically on his team and that he had to apparently fire him for erratic behavior. Here he says that the connotation that you won't get into a video...
Hey, by the way, that's WPR. That's just WPR. I'm not gonna lie. That's elite PR. Where was I? Clearly not a secret. On top of that, we did drive buses in that pit, and same with the train that you claim we didn't.
Unless you're family or friends with someone that works at Mr. Beast, is just a complete lie. He admits here that there's editing and CGI.
Okay. The raccoon was a paid actor. I don't even know what to say about this. Clearly not an actor, LOL. Island cost more than $1. Not true. We did pay $1 for this island. You can Google Mr. Beast purchases Outer Bank Islands for $1, which stated this before the video was released. Fair.
CGI in these videos, and that it's really never been a secret. And then he really just starts talking about a bunch of like small technicalities here.
He moved into a mansion 2 months before being in a video, $1 million mansion. Okay. He talks about how 2 months before we filmed that first Mac video, that he moved into a mansion. Mac was staying at a friend's house, and I'm not sure how that proves anything or why it's relevant. This wink was added in post. Bro, he really did wink. It's a flat out lie again. It's a crazy thing to point out. The revenge storyline was added in post. He implies 42 and 58 was scripted and not real. The contestants themselves have talked about this on streams they did after the video. They legit didn't like each other. He also claims 58 was on the far opposite side and didn't hear him. Just because he's on the other side of the room, you think 58 heard him. You don't think 58 heard him yell. How on earth would he know? Fair.
Maybe even things that the guy kind of included in that video as more of a joke. The most important thing to me here is that he kind of attempts to address the fake giveaway problem. We do not fake giveaways. I've been hands-on with some of them and have personally been the person to connect winners with our accounting departments to get paid. You also suggested we didn't spend $1 million on Samsung phones, and I can assure you we did. Another lie from you. I could keep going, but I don't want this to be too long. Dawson himself said on Reddit that he was on substances when filming this video, which might explain some of the made-up stuff. Apparently he was employed by them for less than 1 month, and that he was on some sort of 90-day contract that they had to pay out early. I do find it interesting that he says this. I'd appreciate it if everyone reading this could help dispel all these fake rumors by spreading this info, which is almost the exact same thing that Lava said when he denied the allegations against Chris. I mean, it's really not that often that you see someone make that request to their audience when they know something is just completely bullshit and unfounded. I mean, granted, the video by Dogpack is going on like 7 million views now, which has probably caused quite the stir at MrBeast Studios. I don't know, I just think it's crazy because I really did feel like YouTube was in good hands having MrBeast at the helm, having him being kind of like the face of the entire platform. And now it seems like things are kind of coming down crashing around him. I mean, this guy didn't even mention anything about these apparent lottery streams, which I felt were like the worst thing about that video. Like, I don't really care that he's faking this other shit. I don't care that he's scripting the storylines. But it is kind of funny to me how all this stuff always kind of starts leaking out there. You know, the skeletons start jumping out the closet right when whoever it is looking their weakest. Which this is obviously the most drama and the biggest controversy that we've ever seen MrBeast go through. Because before this, it was just like people mad that he was curing blindness, or mad that he was building wells in Africa, or things like that. Overall, I do think this will be kind of just more of a bump in the road for MrBeast. I do think if anyone could navigate a situation like this, it would likely be him. And let's be honest, like 90% of his audience is likely kids who probably couldn't really give a shit about any of this stuff that has transpired over the last couple of weeks. But y'all let me know what you guys think about this down below.
WVid. But yeah, man. I mean, can't take down the GOAT. You said so. In other words, the Chris situation gave MFers a reason to play with Jimmy's name, knowing people will want to believe it. Absolutely. Of course they would. Because for the longest time, like Jamar just said, him building wells, him curing blindness, him doing basically just social servant things, people are getting pissed about. There's nothing to get pissed about with that. And there's no justifiable reason to make sense of it, to be quite honest with you. So the fact that people are willing to go that far is kind of just over the top, I would say. But, you know, people going people. And I just hope that, you know, now let the stuff that's in the dark come to light. That's understandable. That's necessary. All that good stuff. But at the same time, he ain't do nothing. No beef with Beast. No beef with Beast. Me personally, at least. He's innocent. And even if he is guilty, like, objectively, like most, like, from a subjective standpoint, myself personally, I didn't find most of those things crazy.